Hey guys, so we are about to start. Welcome everybody to the first consultancy space for the MCVP 1920 applicants. I'm really excited about having you all of you here. So we're gonna start right now. So nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody. My name is Elena. I'm currently MCVP oGV. I'm Mexican, so my English is not perfect. I'm sorry for that. Here you have my email account in case you need any information, also my WhatsApp. So yeah, feel free to reach me. And I'm also the MCP elected for the term 2021. So no, sorry, 1920. Sorry. Okay, so this is the agenda. Why Guatemala, JD, routine, network management, product management, IR, current opportunities and challenges, and final tips. So, why Guatemala? That's like a really common question that I don't know, especially when you are MC abroad. A lot of the members you want to know, like, why did you choose Guatemala? Why decided to come here? So for me, it was because I really wanted to be MC. I wanted to live the experience of being MC abroad. Like I told you, I'm Mexican. I didn't want it to go that far away from my home entity and my country because I wanted to have the possibility to visit every once in a while. So that made me choose Central America. Um, and yeah, I decided to apply over here, pass all the process. But what I have learn over here, and it's something that I have discovered, is that many times you feel like you choose Guatemala, but actually Guatemala chooses you. So maybe you don't, if you get elected, maybe you don't have all the answers and you're like an international applicant, you may not get all the answers at like really soon or just as you came to the country, but eventually you start realizing that for example, I cannot imagine my MC experience anywhere else. So some other of the reasons that I have come to know over here and that I fell in love with are the What Encanta, which is our national brand. So yeah, because What Encanta. Uh, we also created the hashtag of breaking mindsets because we believe that, I mean, by we, I mean the current MC, we believe that there are a lot of stereotypes and mindsets about like what is Guatemala and how is it to live over here. And we love to break those through AIESEC. Because of its food, people, culture, kindness, and eager to make a positive impact in the society. So that's something that I love about the members of AIESEC in Guatemala, is that they really want to make a change in their societies and they're just looking for a way to. So if you are able to channel all that energy and all that passion that they feel into operations and results and back office and front office, then you will have an amazing term. Okay. So now let's get like a little bit more technical and let's start talking about outgoing global volunteer. So the job description as a MCVP oGV, I'm currently responsible to develop the strategies to drive sustainable growth and higher effectiveness in the national focus product. So I'm currently the focus project and that the product. So that's a lot of pressure, but it's also really excited. For a second at Guatemala, the MCVP of outgoing global volunteer is expected to create attraction strategy and assume 100% of the responsibility for the entire customer flow of our EPs. So while ensuring product innovation and development. So yeah, exciting. If you love a good challenge, you should apply for MCVP oGV. What are some of my main functions? Product development, develop strategies to strengthen our EP managers, encouraging strong CRM, IR management, develop and manage support services and resources to local entities, downscaling national direction, deliver LCBCs, functional summits, and NST summits, and EST OGX management. Okay, so a lot of my roles, you could divide it into three. Network management, product management, and IR. So if you read like all the job description, you can pretty much simplify it in those 3 points. Yes, I'm responsible for 100% of the customer flow, so I co-create attraction strategies. I definitely create education cycles on considerations. I track the preparation, the experience, the post-experience, all of that. It's really funny. Okay, and something that I don't know, I think I will like to know this before applying to MCVP. It's how does a normal day look like? And normal day is on quotation because pretty much every day is different because every day comes with new challenges or new tasks or new stuff that you have to figure it out at the moment. So I wouldn't say that there is a normal day, but there are many that there are some days that kind of look alike. So that's what I put. So having breakfast, go to the office. If you already read the application, you should know that we live. The MC house is near some bus stations. So going to the office, it probably take me between 15 to 20 minutes without traffic. Okay, and then I start my morning at the office answering a lot of WhatsApp messages, answering a lot of emails also. I have a lot of tracking tools to measure some of the things that I will show you a little bit further. But I send updates to my network of those tracking tools every day to my BOVP, and maybe once a week I send the goals and the kind of stuff. Create material on different subjects. So according to which month we are and according to which one should be the priority that month and the promotions and the goals, I create different material. I have meetings. I have also a lot of meetings. I have one MC meeting at the beginning of the week. I have one corner meeting. I have a squad meeting. I have meetings with my BOVP. I have meetings with my ESTs. So I probably do around 5 meetings every week, something like that. And every meeting it's about an hour. And the really funny thing is that after those meetings, then I have more tasks. Um, I also have working times or webinars at nights, sometimes both. It all depends on the season and what is like happening. Also, if we are gonna have a conference soon, then I will also have to prepare sessions for those summits or conferences. And at the end of my day, I have a little bit of Netflix, something around like 30 minutes, 1 hour. So yeah, now let's talk about like something really really big of my JD is the network management. So most of the time, like my two focus groups are the BOVP, I mean the LCVP's oGV, and also the ESTs, which are the entity support team. They used to be known as the NSTs. Okay, so talking about the BOVP, we currently have 4 entities here in AIESEC in Guatemala. We have, I want to say this in Spanish, URL, USAC, UMG, and Región Occidente. So out of those 4 entities, 2 of them are LCs and the other 2 are expansions. So URL and USAC are our LCs, being URL the oldest LC in the entity, and UMG and Región Occidente are expansions. So, okay, the network, I think it's a little bit smaller than what we're usually used to, but this has like a lot of advantages and disadvantages, like everything in life. So, for example, something that I really like about my network is that I can have a lot of touch points, and for me, that's really useful. So, I have once a month a monthly review, and I think that's something that is kind of unique for of AIESEC in Guatemala. Is that the monthly review I have it with all the networks. So each BP presents their monthly results to all the network of oGV. So I think that's really cool because that promotes a culture of accountability. I then have BOVP chat. We have one of those every month, which is a chat with all the 4 BOVPs oGV, with all the LCVPs oGV. Working times. So I have working time / one-to-ones twice a month, with every LCVP. So usually my first week of every month I do a monthly review, then a working time or a one-to-one. Then the next week BOVP chat, and then the next week it's again working time. And I have 4 communication channels. So it's a Facebook group, a WhatsApp group, two WhatsApp groups, a newsletter on email, and physical touch points. So I have two WhatsApp groups because one of them is with the BOVP and the ESTs, and the other one is with the whole network. So something that I really like about the size of the entity is that you get to be really close with the entities. That's ironic. Yeah, you get to experience a lot of things with the local committees, and also URL, USAC, and UMG are here in Guatemala City, which is the capital. So you can co-create with them, and I'm really close to what's happening, and I can be like super tracking what is going on. And something that I really, really like is that if I have some crazy idea that I want to implement or that I think that it could work, I can implement it 1 week, and then the next week, because I have another touch point with my LCVPs, I can check if it's working. If it's not working, we should stop it. So you can innovate and you can create a lot of things really fast here in AIESEC in Guatemala, and that's something that I personally love. So next, the ESTs. So this semester I'm running a structure of 3 ESTs. Again, EST is entity support team. I have 1 complete expert, 1 OGT specialist, and a growth manager. So the complete expert is in charge of promoting a complete culture inside the entity, but also helps me with the IR strategies. So I create IR strategy, but the EST complete expert helps me with the tracking part. While the okay, so we don't run GT at the local level. Only the MC runs it. So we have an MCVP IGT, but we don't have an MCVP OGT. So what we do is that I have an EST that runs OGT, especially. It's not our focus program, but we do have some EPs that are interested. So yeah, we have that EST that is pretty much like an EP manager. Also a growth manager. So the growth manager is the one that is in charge of helping me find bottlenecks, create strategies to solve those bottlenecks, and also helps me with the creation of all educational material. So I can make the calendar of what should we be learning which month, and then the growth manager helps me to create like the actual PowerPoint or the PDF or whatever we're gonna use. I have 3 main touch points with my ESTs. Working times, one-to-one, team chats, and I didn't put it over here, but we also have a WhatsApp group. One only for ESTs, MCVPs, and they're also in the EST plus BOVP group. So I also have my ESTs go to the monthly review, and then the next week we have working times / one-to-ones, and then we have team chats, and the following week we will have working time / one-to-ones. So the ESTs are my direct team. I apply team standards to them, so that's also something that I have to be up to, with making sure that we have an identity and everybody have a clear planning and that everybody's accountable, and they're the people that I have to apply team standards. I do not apply it to my BOVP, but I have to track what my BOP is doing. Okay, and now product management, which I'm not sure, but this may be a one that, I don't know, people are going to have more doubts. Okay, so this is about the current state of the MC 1819. We currently have made in our term 67 approvals, 43 realizations, 57 finish, and 80 completes. The following row is our growth or our drop compared to the last MC term. So it will be the 1718. On approvals, we have grown at 109%, on realization of 5%, on finishes up for 24%, but unfortunately on completes we're decreasing at 10%, which is not good. Something that I have been personally tracking a lot during my MC term is the process time. We currently have a process time, from open to approve of 3.324 days, which I'm really proud of. And you can also see our conversion rate. So apply to accepted, that it should be around 80%, the desirable conversion rate. It's of 75.8. The accepted approved, it should be around 85, and we have currently a 60.9. From apply to approve, we have currently a 46.2 conversion rate. So all of them need to improve. That's the main message over here. I think that if in your application you are looking for you want to answer the questions that are about creating strategies, I highly recommend that you have clear targets, and one of those clear targets could be the conversion rate. So if your goal is to improve a conversion rate, I suggest that you make your strategy about which exactly and detailed steps you will take to do so. Or if you want to create a strategy to improve the process time, that will be also really, really nice. Or to keep the growth, that will be all really cool. Okay, about the platforms. So our training platforms are XPA, Podio, and the oGV Hub. So XPA is for, we all know it, for management of the EPs, and it's where we assign EP managers, all the kind of stuff, where I take so many of the analytics. Podio is the platform that we use for audits, and the oGV Hub is something that I created during my term. It's basically a folder with a lot of information. So I would highly recommend that you go also and check it out, because the hub is a great place to start studying all the strategies and all the educational material that we are currently downscaling. I push a lot that the IP managers use this hub. Right now we have a lot of newbies, so I really push them for know that link by heart, and that they know how to use it and where can I find information, so they can be a little bit more independent. So yeah. My top 3 synergies are finance and legality, TM, and URDX. So I also have a corner meeting, which is a meeting with the 3 of them. I just made a misspot. Every week or every 15 days, depending on how busy that month is. Usually in those meetings, we talk about last week's, we are doing it every week. We talk about what happened last week, what needs to be happening this week, and what are we going to do priority in order to help them, like an action plan, but also how that action plan is aligned to the national strategy that we made. Everybody presents. So for example, finance presents whether we get to the financial goal or not last week. TM reports about what are our productivity, how many, the retention rate, how many members are fulfilling their goals, that kind of stuff. Sorry. And URDS, which is one of my main. These 3 are important synergies, all of them. But URDX, we are really, really close, because UR is the one responsible for creating the opens. So we co-create the attraction strategy. UR does a lot of the main KPI of UR are the opens. So we both track the open to applicant conversion rate. But yeah, so for example, a lot of we tend to make that the consideration material is aligned to the traction campaign. So we are sure that our EP managers are selling what they originally were sold in the informational booth or in the stand. So we have to be really, really aligned. Okay, the current state, the last semester we ran 3 campaigns, a product packaging in September, which included a Watenganda t-shirt, the insurance, and the fee. On October, we ran, I don't know how would you say that, in Spanish it dos por uno campaign, and a Black Friday campaign on November. Now, if you check our data, you will notice that October was our best month. So I would say that the dos por uno strategy was the most efficient one for making approvals, but it wasn't that efficient financially, because it implied that we were not getting as much money for the fees that we would normally be doing. The timeline of AIESEC in Guatemala is pretty much standard. Here you have all the months, and which one should be the priority every month is the one in the after the month row, the one that follows, that one is the priority. So for example, we're currently in February, so our top priority are the opens, and the following is the completes. So yes, that one. About IR. So our three main partners are Mexico, Colombia, and Costa Rica. We have like some approval with other countries, but I would say that these ones are the top. And this semester we're gonna start working with Brazil, so that's really cool. You can see here the approvals that we have done with each entity, how much we have grown, and how much each entity has contributed to our results. So, for example, to Mexico, we sent 26 EPs, which represented the 38.8 of all the people that we sent. Yes, I put it here, and I know we love breaking borders for America. We do send like maybe 2 EPs or 4 EPs on an LC term to Europe, maybe for to MIA, but mostly I would say something around 98, 96 of all our approvals are with Americas. What are some of the advantages? I would say that yes, in Guatemala there are some people that speak English, but there are way, way, way more people that speak Spanish. So in that sense, I mean, I don't know, IPs just feel really, really attracted to go into Latin America. It's way cheaper. So for example, Costa Rica is another country here in Central America, and you can get there by bus. It takes a lot of hours, but you can get there without taking a plane, and that's really useful. So yes, if you see like, yeah, Colombia is also kind of close, Mexico is also kind of close. Okay, so what are some of the opportunities and challenges that I, as current MCVP oGV, see in the network? First of all, our biggest or greatest opportunity are the newbies. Right now, most of our members are newbies, so for me, that's an opportunity because I can create an organizational culture almost from the scratch. So I want these people to have I don't know, a really good work ethic or a lot of knowledge, or I don't know, like I kind of start working from them right now. So for me, that's really cool. And also, like I told you, I'm really physically close to the entity. So if I want to go to events or new days, or I mean, even if I don't have to give a session, if I just want to go and check it out, what's happening, I can do it really easily. So for me, that's really convenient. Um, Again, another opportunity that you can implement new strategies super fast. So for me, I think in Guatemala, if you're a person that likes to create, this can be your playground. Because you have so many opportunities to create something new, or even better to co-create it, because a lot of the time the IDs already have some really, really good inputs, and you can do something that takes the knowledge and all the know-how of all the stakeholders. I think that's cool. Also, we just recently created an identity for the area, for the function, which is Oye Viajeros Chileros. Chileros here in Guatemala is like saying cool. So yeah, that's new, and I think that the news are relating a lot to that one. There are a lot of markets we haven't touched. So again, because we only have 4 entities, there are a lot of places that we haven't touched. A lot of departments, a lot of places in the country, a lot of universities. So there's definitely room for more growth. I definitely think so. And another opportunity is that we don't have a fixed peak. So if you again compare data, my MC term to my predecessors, to like, I don't know, MC 14-15 or 15-16, you will see that some MCs do better in the first semester than their second one, and some other MCs do better on their second semester than on their first one. So I mean, there are a lot of factors involved, but for me, what I get is that since we don't have one fixed peak, you can work a lot and you can have 2 peaks, like two, not just like a freak peak or a fruit peak, but peaks that are really, really similar. And for me, that's something really big and really important. What are the challenges? So I see a lot of lack of sense of urgency on the network, which again I'm working to try to eliminate or try. That's why I'm really excited about the newbies. I would say that there are a lot of mindsets. Yes, we are the breaking mindset generation, and I think that's something that I'm really grateful for being part of. But there are still some things about like, oh, it's just that this entity has potential, and for me, I'm starting to hate that word because I don't want to be one entity with potential. I want to be an entity that does stuff, that do stuff. Sorry. There is a lack of knowledge or educational materials in some areas or some topics. So currently our BOVP, they were all former oGV members, and for me that's really useful. But before them, there wasn't really like that leadership pipeline, and right now we're trying to educate the newbies in order and make them excited about applying, for example, to team leader positions. But there is something that I'm working in this semester. I also think that our code delivery could be better. So again, if in your application you are planning to apply to oGV, you are planning, sorry, to apply to oGV, I think it will be really interesting to see a code delivery strategy. And the last challenge is the lack of leadership pipeline, because we have so many newbies. Yes, many of them are really empowered and they want to take a further role in AIESEC after that, but they don't have really clear idea of what does a TL do or how do they can be one. And I don't know, I think that maybe by the end of the semester we will have a leadership pipeline of some people that want also to apply to EST here in AIESEC in Guatemala. But right now I don't know, if we were gonna select team leaders tomorrow, we wouldn't have a pipeline to choose from. Okay, and like I told you at the beginning of the session, not only I'm the MCVP current of oGV, I'm also the MCP elected. So here are some of my final tips as elected and as an MCVP oGV. Do not assume, please. I think that was one of the mistakes of my first mistakes was creating strategies that for me they made a lot of sense, but especially because I came from another entity, they were not taking into account what was really happening in Guatemala. So do not assume. I mean, if you have something that you believe is a really cool idea, you can always ask the LCPs or the BOVP OGV what do they think about it, whether they believe it could be better. Always take into account their point of view. I would say that's a huge one. Also, you can talk to me. So if you have questions, if you believe that the data I presented wasn't enough, or you want to know where you can find further information, I'm super available. You can WhatsApp me, you can send me an email. That's cool. Also, do not wait until the last days to start your application, because some of the things are gonna take more time, and because you want to present a good work. So do not leave it to the end. Give a lot of details and be really specific. So especially when you're gonna present an idea or a strategy, you can get into a lot of details. You can put the timeline, the KPI, who is gonna be responsible, all the kind of stuff. Also, double check everything. So everything includes the number of pages, the format is correct, that you are having everything on a PDF, that you have a clear deadline. I mean, I think in the application it already says it, but we are not gonna save any application that comes whether in a bad format or after the deadline. So make sure you have everything you need ahead of time. And that would be it. Here is the What Encanta logo again. So I hope that this consultancy space helped you somehow. If it didn't, again, you can always reach me. And that would be it for tonight. So thanks a lot for coming, and hope to see you soon or hear about you soon. I will be checking and waiting for those applications. Okay? Bye.